Don't friend like you're like 6 years older than
Yes, Sebolelo Khudile man. Wow. I love it. Hey, you've almost just been across it all in as far as this media broadcasting industry is concerned. Have you had enough, or is it something you'd like to tap into again, but in a different sort of way?
I think I enjoyed broadcasting while it lasted.
Yes.
I think I was very lucky to have found a passion. I think there's a lot of people that go through their working career without having something that drives them and something that really gets them excited to go to work.
Yes.
So I think for me to have had that was incredible. But I think passions change. People grow. People, move in different directions. I look back at the keyword being back. I look back at my time in broadcasting with fond memories.
You did a great job. I mean, a lot of people can't forget you from the likes of, Selimatunzi. You graced our screens every other week.
Yeah, thank you, Paul.
Indeed. Now, I want to talk about this song. It was a request from her, everybody. What's so special about this, Sebolelo?
This song is so amusing. It's a pathetic story, but it's very funny. Oh. It reminds me of my very first boyfriend. I was like 19 and how can I forget? And I just love this song because always be my baby, it's so sweet. And then we broke up, right?
Oh,
and then it was, but you'll always be my baby.
Oh, is that what he said to you?
No, that's what I was thinking. He broke up with me.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, but you'll always be my baby.
Always be my baby.
And then we got back together. So now it's like, you see, always be my baby. And then we split up. Now it's like, always be my baby. Gone.
It's gone.
But, he's long gone, but there'll always be that spot. So,
oh, man.
Yeah, that's why I like the song.
Wonderful indeed. It's Sebolelo Makoanyane, who is a former broadcaster, but she's veered off into something else. We'll get to that point. I want to get to a point where you realize that you have some sort of talent for broadcasting. And really, how did you fall in love with this industry, which looks glamorous from the outside, but as you would know over the years, it can get quite treacherous, yeah?
I think, I knew I wanted to be in broadcasting literally from when I was about 14.
Right.
I was watching TV, and I was watching KTV at the time. And I was like, I could do that. I could totally do that.
I could do that.
At the time, I was just like, I'm going to find a casting agency. I went for training. I did all kinds of things. I just went out of my way. But I was like, this is what I'm going to do with my life. So then by 18, after going for a lot of training and a lot of auditions,
right.
I got my first gig. But you asked, when did I know that I've got something?
I
think it happened well into my career. I think I did not realize how it's actually possible that I even saw it even afterwards. Like at the time, I never really saw myself as not amazing, but as a good presenter.
Correct.
But now when I look back at it, maybe it comes with wisdom, maybe it comes with age. But I can look back and I think I really look at myself as saying I think I was a good presenter. Yeah, but at the time, if I did see it, it definitely happened a lot later in my career.
And there must have had to be support from the home front. I mean, for you to start looking for an agent, go for lessons on how to go and cast, what demeanor you need to present there, whatever the case is. Parents had to give you that necessary, I think, support, isn't it?
100%, because I mean, obviously these training comes with finances. You pay for the training, and I mean, I'm from Vereeniging, so everything happens in Joburg. So somebody needed to bring me to Joburg for all my trainings every week. Somebody needed to bring me here for all of my auditions. It was my brother, actually. My older brother had just gotten his license, so he'd have to take care of that for me. So I'm very thankful to him.
That's beautiful. Now, you spent time as both a presenter and producer. Which would you say fulfills you? When you're a lot younger, I would presume, just being on TV, being that presenter, sort of just tickles your fancy. But then you realize once you're on the other side, there are all sorts of angles as producer. Yeah,
I enjoyed the production. I think probably if I had to, it's difficult for me to choose, but I would say I think I did the best work when I was producing the shows that I was presenting, because you walk in there having done more research than you would as a presenter, and you walk in there with a lot more like passion, man. There's just something in there that, as a producer, you got to get involved in what's going on, and then you carry that with you as the presenter. So definitely, I think it's difficult for me to choose which of the two, but definitely I would say the ones where I was producing as well as presenting were definitely the strongest.
And which ones were those, Sebolelo?
So that I did netball for quite a while. I was producing and presenting the netball show.
On Sports Pass or something?
No, SABC Sports.
Oh,
yeah.
SABC Sports.
Okay, so I did a show called Sisfigile for a while. And then when I was in my 30s, I did Out and About on One Gospel. So that was a show where we'd sit and do the research and the production together, and then I'd go out there and present and do the shoots.
Oh, wow. So you've done your bit, right? You've done your bit. And I guess when you decided you're checking out, that was it really. But then you stumbled upon something which is your second love, property.
Yeah, it's actually... It was very strange how I ended up in property. It wasn't so much as a decision as the universe pushed me into that direction. So what happened is there was retrenchments at the office. So half of the team got let go, and I was one of them.
I see.
And I was just telling Hlengile when now your producer, I never would have ever given up a job where I have that security and you get a salary to first of all do sales, and sales where there is no basic. You know, if you don't sell for 3 months, you earn nothing.
It's all
and it doesn't mean
completely.
And it doesn't mean that you're not working. You're still listening. You're still viewing. You're running around with your petrol. You're making those phone calls.
Man.
So you have to be very committed. It's very draining. It takes a lot out of you. But I would have never, ever, ever left that secure job as a producer
for this.
Exactly. And yet it was the best thing that ever happened to me. You
talk about time, and that's a currency. Everything goes on time. Which one do you wish you spent more on? Do you wish you spent time doing? Do you wish you spent more time on your second love, or you should spend more time doing presented?
Second love meaning property, or
property. Yeah.
I think the key thing for me is that word time is 100%.
It's a currency.
Because when I was in my 20s and my early 30s. I was living my passion. That was what I'd been wanting to do since I was 14 years old. I was doing radio, I was doing television, and I was 100% content. Whereas now, I'm in a different phase of my life, and I would say my passion is property. So I think where I'm at now, I've still got the privilege of being able to do a job that makes me wake up in the morning and feel like, wow, I can't wait to go to work. So it was really just, that was the time, it's season, and now it's a season for property.
When you look at, there've been a lot of phases that we've gone through where presenters are concerned. We in the influencer stage now, where influencers are chosen sometimes before someone that is really qualified. What observations do you make when you're sitting at home and you're like, hey, this industry is just getting wild? Or like, from your perspective, someone who's been there, what do you see about our industry at the moment?
I don't know if there's a right answer for this, right?
Yeah.
But I think everything happens in its season. And I think, I don't want to say unfortunately, but the reality is that this is the season and the time of what is happening now.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do to stop it. There's nothing you can do to change it. It's how it is, and this is how it's going to be for a while. Influencers are running things at the moment and they will be doing it for a while.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a matter of saying it's right, it's wrong. It just is,
It's the
season.
It's the season, 100%.
Yeah.
Would you say you've outgrown TV and presenting?
Outgrown.
Yeah.
I think you must never say never. I think if I did do a presenting or something along that line, it would have to be something that deals with property, because that is where my passion is. So I do stuff at the moment, a lot of stuff on like social media.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously I can't even be thinking, that is presenting, but that is still using my natural gift of sharing information, of being, of giving, which is something that I think I naturally do. and I link it with property. So what I do is I give first-time home buyers and first-time home owners information about the property game, how to get in, how to get out of your bonds quicker, stuff like that. So I think maybe I am linking a little bit of the two, but I don't think I would. Let me not say I don't think. You must never say never, but I don't see it happening.
It's Sebolelo Makoanyane, ladies and gentlemen, and of course we're just catching up with her and just finding out what she's been up to, and of course she's now fallen in love with property. And it would seem she's doing very well within that industry. We are streaming this one live, Radio 2000 _ZA on YouTube as well as Facebook. If you'd like to get in touch with her, please do so. 0605842250. That's our voice note number where you can reach out and touch her. Are you open to someone reaching out and touching you?
Yeah, somebody reach out and touch me. I'm feeling lonely. I'm feeling lonely. Touch me.
It's a catch up. Here's some JR and TP. This one is called So Hot on Radio 2000. Our music, your memories. 24 after 5.
So hot. It's that samba beat, baby. Yeah, in the 37. It's your boy Jay. To the R. Hey, yo, chillers. Pull up with the vibes in your corner. 36 degrees in Pirara like a sauna. Hotter than Letsatile Hobesa in the street. Hanzo Kabula Mona, Banyana Baukona. On my way, Horeka Leje, Jaga Baradi in a bag, but to Namela Cheche, no speedy. Cause Metro is back, you gotta get with you, Tico Batirella GT. Can't wait to lay my eyes on Sonia. Last I heard her move it to Josie Broma Besonia. What about the feeling from Karanga? Last I heard, what's that what I'm busted to load me? I'm high, the hunter, but I'm yet to see someone with light to skin smoother than Samantha. How old is this? Is a flow, yeah, drag and let me see you pop your booty like that other Samantha. Hot, 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 hot. You're hot, hot. Hey, you're hot, so hot, yeah. Baby, you're so hot. You're hot, hot. You're so hot, 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 hot. Yeah. So hot, hot, yeah, 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 yeah. Come on. I see the ladies, they looking so hot. Come on, girl, let me show you what I got. I think you compliment my style, baby. It will suit you to be mine, yeah. Beautiful you are. I'm not the only one that thinks so, even they are things you are. Get na khanore oh hot mama, baby nyana you can't khana, you so hot nana, hot hotter than hot lava buska papa. Just cause you're hot sana, let the beat ride while you ride. While we living a life, fly honey's by my side. Used to think Lerato watch his, I was living a lie. She's at the door, she's gone, no like Healy. She was never harder than Badly, like Wadile. Ooh, sensuals down my spine, one of a kind. They got an old French wine with that golden smiley. But let's not go there. Okay, let's go there one last time. Hey, yo, what happened to Tato? Let's thank him on the clothes a hot Mikado. But enough about Tato, Bolerato, Mabato, Tidili me, everyone I'm yet to meet with TP. Just better be hot, 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 hot. Baby, Nyana, you're hot, you're hot, hot. Baby, Nyana, my cheese, you're hot, hot, yeah. Baby, Nyana, my feet, you're hot. You're so hot, 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 baby, you're hot, so hot, so hot, yeah, 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 baby, Nyana, you're hot, baby, Nyana, my cheese, my visa. I see the ladies, they looking so hot. Come on, girl, let me show you what I got. I think you compliment my style, baby. It will suit you to be mine, yeah. Be mine, beautiful you are. I'm not the only one that thinks so, even they are things you are. TP thinks you're hot, 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 hot. You're hot, hot. Hey, MPH thinks you're hot, so hot, yeah. Baby, you're so hot. You're hot, hot. You're so hot, hot, hot.
Sebolelo Makoanyane is our guest, former TV presenter as well as radio presenter as well. Yeah, you might remember her from Selima Tunzi. She did the Toasty Show, Sports Buzz Show as well. We're catching up with her and finding out what's been happening. She's into property now. And of course, you can reach out and touch her. She says she's lonely. 086,000 2479. That's our direct line. 086,000 2479. Our voice note number is 0605842250. Did you have to prepare yourself for the transition, so to speak, from media into property?
I think, honestly, it happened quite naturally because I've always been fascinated by property. I've been investing in property for nearly 20 years now. And yeah, that sounds so exciting. But because there was no TikTok and YouTube when I started, so I had to figure this stuff out myself, making a lot of mistakes.
Yes.
But
burn fingers a bit here and there, but learned a lot.
You burn more than just a finger in property. Hey, like your whole hand gets on fire, your whole arm.
No fingerprints.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, it was something that I'd always been very keenly interested in. So it made sense for me to follow it up, and I'm glad I did.
It's just gone 5:30, and time to catch up with those headlines. Chili Bite will give us the sports bulletin on the other side as well. Here's Ondel Lambana with the latest headlines. Ondel, what's the latest?
SABC News. Independent and impartial.
Thank you, Paul. News headlines at 5:30 on Radio 2000. I am Ondalambana and a very good afternoon. The DA says it will not participate in a cover-up of the SAA Takatso Consortium deal and calls on Parliament to make deliberations public. President Cyril Ramaphosa has scoffed threats of violence by MK party supporters should their party not be listed on the ballot paper. And residents of Durban, deep west of Johannesburg, say they're living in fear due to regular shootouts between illegal miners in the area. A full update for those at the top of the hour.
Radio 2000 Sports.
Good afternoon. In your sport, let's start with the women's game in football. Banyana coach Desiree Ellis aims to uncover more talent from the rural areas as she keeps one eye on the future of the national team. Ellis is hoping that the sponsor Sasol will continue with their annual Sasol League roadshows, where she and her assistant coaches can scout talent for Banyana across the country, with defender Asanda Hadebe of the Sasol League side Sunflowers FC having formed part of Banyana's 2022 AFCON winning squad. Ellis told SABC Sport that there's still so much talent across the country waiting to be discovered. Moving on to the men's game now, lack of maturity in their play and inexperience among the players is one of the reasons Orlando Pirates are struggling to mount a serious challenge for the DStv Premiership title. This is how Pirates coach Jose Riviera responded when asked why they cannot string together a noteworthy unbeaten streak. One of Pirates' biggest challenges this season has been failing to kill off matches when they are in control and have taken an early lead, as it was the case last night after that 12-minute goal from Lebogile Mufokeng.
We need to be much more mature. In the last 4 games, in 3 of them, we managed to get the lead and not getting the total points. Stellenbosch, Super Sport, and today.
UD Songo and Mozambique national team captain Elias Palembe insists that the Mamba's objective is to qualify for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. Mozambique had only played in the AFCON in 1986, 1996 and 98 and 2010 before qualifying for the recently concluded 2023 edition in Cote d'Ivoire. And speaking to SABC Sport, Palembe says the new crop of national team players are hardworking, which strengthens the team.
The chances are big. Yeah? We need to working. We already know this feeling. We want to feel it again. So we want to keep working as a team, as a national team, as a group.
So just checking in on the 13th All-Africa Games that are currently happening in Ghana. Welcome Watile's resilient batting display, Kayleen Green's remarkable hat-trick, along with wet conditions at the Akimota Senior Secondary School, played a crucial role in Namibia's one-run victory via the DLS method against Team South Africa in the opening game of the women's T20 cricket at the 13th African Games in Accra on Thursday. Bronze medal in karate for Maxine Willemse in the female individual kata, that is in karate. So far, that's where things stand for Team South Africa in Ghana. Undefeated flyweight champion Gift Walker showered his EFC opponent Ngazimolo Zulu with praise this week before promising to defend his title in the organization's first fight night of the year. Zulu has earned respect in the industry for his striking power as well as an impressive record of 13 wins and 6 submissions, while also currently holding the bantamweight belt. Walker admits he's in for a long night in the hexagon.
Like you said, he's one of the most accomplished fighters on this roster, and let me say this even, I could go to this extent, he's probably one of the better finishers in this organization, man. Like I saw his record the other day, I think it was like 6 wins by sub and 6 by knockout. So that's 12 straight finishes. That's a dangerous person to anybody.
Let's leave it on that note. For 2000 Sport, I am Lonwabo Nkohla.
The SABC TV Licenses Winner Holiday Experience competition has finally come to an end. And we are pleased to announce that Thabo Batye is the overall winner who will be jetting off to Coachella in April with his girlfriend.
I don't even know what to say.
Thabo entered the Winner Holiday Experience with SABC TV Licenses competition last year when it was running between 1 September and the 15th of December. He simply paid his TV license while he was at his grandmother's house in Kimberley, and he was hoping to win a PlayStation at the time. Little did he know that he would win the grand prize to either Coachella or the Bundesliga in Germany. Thabo obviously chose Coachella. Congratulations, Thabo. You are proof that paying your TV license really is the right thing to do. SABC TV Licenses. Pay yours. Make a difference.
Mzansi's top spinners are back on the ground for a tire-screeching battle.
Here we go. You ready for some fun?
Stay glued to SABC TV channels on 16 March 2024 for a breathtaking experience of Red Bull Shine Motor.
Precision driving at its very best out here. This is Africa. Welcome to a world of spinning.
Do not miss out on the heated spinning by the greats of the sport. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport. For the love of the game.
Radio 2000 traffic.
Good afternoon. Starting off in Gauteng, the M1 southbound has a truck fire incident just before Harton Drive. Bompas Road westbound in Dunkeld West is slow moving towards Jan Smuts Avenue. The N1 southbound in Roodepoort has a crash just before the N17 Soweto exit, and Van Riebeeck Avenue in Edenvale has delays near the R24 highway. The N1 southbound in Midrand has a stationary truck before Allendale Road still causing delays, and the N1 southbound in Pretoria is queuing on the off-ramp to Regal Avenue. In KZN, the N3 westbound is slow moving towards the M13 Paradise Valley interchange. The N3 westbound is queuing towards Spaghetti Junction, and the M7 eastbound is queuing near the M4 highway. In Cape Town, Montague Drive southbound in Montague Gardens has delays towards Bosmansdam Road. Viking Way eastbound in Epping has delays towards the N7 interchange, and Victoria Road outbound is slow moving through Woodstock. With your traffic update, I'm Irma G.
The Drive Connection.
Finding other means to source water, and are you more cautious on how you use water? Are you coping?
Hallo meneer Mnisi. Kijk, ons het 'n groot probleem hier so. Die water is klaar en ons moet nou daar in die bosse gaan sit. En dan moet ons nou papier in die bosse gebruik. Ons is hier in Magaliesburg. Dit is Jan Koekemoer hier so, hoor.
Oh ja,
dankie.
Dis nie reg nie, man, Jan.
We must sit in the bush.
Now sit in the bush now and do the business in the bush.
Gebruik papier.
Yeah.
It is a problem because you can't do anything. I would rather not have electricity but have water. En ek kan heeltemal verstaan hoe kwaad meneer Koekemoer is, want hy moet nou in die bos gaan sit en ek gaan glad nie in die bos of in die tuin sit nie. Dankie julle.
The Drive Connection, Monday to Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. on Radio 2000.
With Sebolelo Makoanyane on Radio 2000. It's just a bit of a catch-up. Nova's on the line. Hello, Nova.
Hey, my brother. How are you?
How are you doing? Do you remember this young lady, Sebolelo?
What's that?
Cheap. Oh, ask this guy. Don't ask me.
What?
Sebolelo. No.
This is cheap. No, something good.
Oh. I've never heard of that. That does not sound good at all.
It's something called cheapy, yeah.
Oh,
it's something
okay. Oh, thank you, Kilewile.
There you go. Oh, Sebolelo. You know, she
I've never heard of that.
She almost collapsed here in studio. Yeah,
No, she used to have this Colgate smile, man.
And it's still there, I tell you.
Oh, thank you. That is so sweet.
I wish I was in the studio now. I was going to give a warmest heart.
Oh, that's a whole alone.
Yeah, no, man. I'm happy that she's doing well in property and her own business as well. Yeah, man. I think we've grown, and yeah, it's nice to hear when the like to
Indeed.
They're doing well. They inspire us as well.
That is
they're
so
still there.
kind.
Nova.
That is so kind. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That is Nova. We're speaking off the air, Lonwabo, about her passion with first-time property buyers, right?
And I want to ask her the typical mistakes that first-time buyers make when it comes to property.
Okay, so there's probably two big ones that they make. First of all, before you start buying, people don't realize how by not paying your bills properly and on time sabotages your chances of getting into the game when you want to buy property.
Yes.
Sure. What happens is, you've got your clothing accounts, you don't pay them properly, you pay them late, sometimes you pay, sometimes you don't, and then you say like, hey babe, let's go buy a house. So you quickly run off, pay off all your bills, and then assume that because now you don't have any debt, the bank is going to be dying to give you this bond because you've got a high income. But the truth is, the bank is saying, no, we don't trust you because you don't know how to manage your money. So a lot of the time you'll get somebody who's got high affordability, but the bank is not willing to give you a loan because of your past payment history. So that's, I think, probably the first one is people don't realize how much they're sabotaging themselves by not paying their bills properly. The second one is when you actually buy, you go through to the bank, say how much do I qualify for? Then the bank will say to you 1.8. So you start looking for a house of 1.7, 1.8 mil, right?
Yeah.
You don't even know who the premium is 1.8. You don't even know how much you're going to pay every month. But because the bank says you qualify for 1.8, you're going to start looking for houses amongst that. You first need to do your own budget. Work out what you can afford. Say I can afford to say 8,200 or 8,500 every month. Then you say, okay, what is that? That is a bond for 750. So even if the bank comes back to you and says you qualify for 1.2, you know your budget only allows you to buy a property for 750, and that's what you stick to.
Okay.
So I think those are probably the two biggest falters that I see when people buy properties.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, and is it a case where you have to advise a lot of the people you're selling these houses to, or trying to sell these houses to, because you get an inkling possibly that they don't have an idea what they're getting themselves into?
It's very difficult because somebody comes to you to buy a house. They're not coming to you for financial advice,
and you want to sell and get your commission and move.
Not even in a disrespectful way, but it's not when you come to me and you say to me, I want a house for 1.8, it's not my place to say to you, but how much do you earn? Can you really afford it? Are you going to be able to pay for the kids? That's not my job. And not in like I'm saying I don't care, but can you imagine if you ask somebody now, I want to buy something, and they're like, how much do you earn? Are you going to afford? That's not your place. So I've got that platform where I do that education, which I do on social media. But when you come to me as a buyer, my job is to service you, and I will service you on what you say to me. If you ask me for my advice, 100% I'll give it to you, and I will give where I can, but obviously there's that line of I can't disrespect you, because at the end of the day, I'm here to service you. You are my exactly. I can't disrespect you. So it's very difficult to give out information for free when I don't know where you stand. I'm saying, I'm not a financial advisor. If you ask me for my opinion, I will give it to you. I can give you my opinion. You can watch it on social media. But for you to come to me and say you want a house for 1.8, I can't say to you, but what are your kids going to eat? How much do you earn? You know what I mean? Like, I go with what you tell me.
So you do post on social social media, I would presume Instagram, and you
TikTok.
you take us through our TikTok, right?
Yes, I'm Sebolelo.
Yeah, it's TikTok. Man.
TikTok.
You know, when someone says TikTok, I'm trying to get my head around
I
it.
told you about
Don't
TikTok.
worry, Linda was like, I'm still maneuvering my way around this. And sometimes people send me messages. I saw it, then I don't know where to find it again.
Right.
And then I have to apologize. Sorry, I didn't see your message for 3 weeks.
Yeah,
So,
but you're navigating it.
Yeah, it just takes a while to get around
So
to
it's Sebolelo Makoanyane.
I'm Sebolelo _ the estate agent.
Oh, Sebolelo _ the estate agent.
Yeah.
And what offering do you bring there on that platform?
It's really just advice for first-time homeowners and first-time home buyers. So it's just like, I think probably I had a video that everybody was very excited about how to pay off your bond quicker.
Okay.
And I just made an example of paying 300 Rand into your month extra on top of your normal premium. How much it can save
And that
you.
makes a difference.
Massive.
300 Rands more, right?
Unbelievable.
How much is Sebolelo Phela? We are hardly able to even buy.
But you know what? Do you know why I use that example? Because if I take 300 Rand out of your pocket at the end of the month, you probably won't even feel it. But it can save you, I think it was about 200,000 over the term of a 20-year bond.
Yes,
That's a lot of money, 300 Rand, because you are bringing down interest. You're bringing down interest on interest. Interest on interest, and you're still paying the service fee every month.
So it's a 300 Rand you could knock out at a local pub just over some drinks that you can maybe put
and it's
there,
not even
right?
every week, Paul. It's like literally once
a month.
It makes a massive difference. And when I put that post out there, people was like, "Well, I add an extra 5,000 every month," and it was so encouraging. Even just 100 Rand. But I think I'm very big onto if your intention is to take out a bond and you are happy to say you're going to pay it off over 20 years, you're going to get yourself into trouble. This economy does not allow that. You need to walk in and get out of debt as quick as possible, because the first thing we do is we buy a car. As soon as that, we've paid that off, we want to upgrade, get a better car, and economy does not allow that. And I mean, I think we, this generation, need to start acting better. We've been given opportunities that our parents did not, and we need to leave our children a different mindset and different trust, man. And we need to get those trusted for. I agree with you.
Right?
What's driving the need now? Are people buying homes out of fulfillment, or it's a need for a place to stay?
I think generally people are. I think obviously we now know the importance. I mean, like I was just saying there, our parents' generation, a lot of them did not have the information that we have. So a lot of people are buying properties to get into home ownership and create generational wealth. So we get a lot of people who are just buying first time, maybe not intending on getting, anything hugely upgrading from there, but it's just about establishing that's something that you can say, I'm leaving for my children. So there's a lot of like entry level houses that are being sold, but definitely I think people going out there to create something to leave for children.
So the big debates then on social media, I see it popping up every now and then, this renting versus buying. And the easy answer is always buy. But with the economy, it's set differently. What would you advise to someone? Maybe they just got their first job and now it's a question of, I can afford a bond, but at the same time, should I just be renting just for now?
So there is a saying in real estate that goes, the best time to have bought property was yesterday, the next best time is today. So what we do is you want to go in wherever you are at. The sooner you get in, the better. And you don't have to buy a property of like a 3-bedroom house in the suburbs. You can start where you are. If you can only afford a 1-bedroom apartment, go stay in there, pay your bonds, and then after 5 years you can upgrade. Because in that time you would have been spending, I don't know, for example, 5,000 Rand. You would have been spending that 5,000 Rand towards rent. So at least you're getting something out of it. And after 5 years, you've got equity because the price of your property has increased. So that extra 200,000 or 100,000, you can put it down as a down deposit on your upgrades toward now your 2-bedroom home. So as soon as you can get in, go for it. Don't worry about, trying to get in a bougie level or waiting until you can buy the perfect home. Get in where you are at, and just make sure that you don't overextend yourself.
But I mean, with everything we're exposed to on these social media platforms, but what are mention?
Yeah,
First
it's
goal.
sad. It's sad, you know. It's sad because sometimes we don't want to put in the work, you know. We just want everything to come out of fall out of the sky and to just land on our plates and you know, we love good. But no, everything takes work. Everything takes work.
It takes
Anything
work,
worth
indeed.
achieving is worth the effort.
Indeed. Here's some Vusi Nova, Asphelelanga. We're catching up with Sebolelo and we're getting some gems here. Yeah, we're learning.
Masterclass.
We're learning. It's a masterclass.
Bafusane madoda baphakame bavavwe. Basisane kaloku sibakhawule. Nibembese ingubo nibaxoye umthika nibanike ithoba. Bambelelani ngoma ningabahleli indlala ibingamanqile ngoma. Amathanda unquthu lwengoma kwalungale kwaba. Imvume bezintshiloza zingyonja. Kutsho kuthile kuthothe kungqungqa kungqumshala intaba eqha neyabhukazana. Aw! Kufaka njani na kunamadoda Sambi doda linenjodelikazi singayolelanga Ya wena ulala sathi isithonga Wamanga lomntu wenda malala Aspelela Shotu spisa aspelela 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 You must see it Aspelela
Shotuban Sebolelo. Asphelelanga.
Shotu Sebolelo in the
Shotuban.
TV and radio industry.
Shotuban. Asphelelanga. Vusi Nova. Radio 2000 Our Music, Your Memories. We're catching up with Sebolelo, a former TV and radio presenter. Now, while entrenched within property, and I was just saying to her off the ash as well, entrenched into it, we might be referring to her as a mogul pretty soon.
Thank you. I'll keep hustling. I'll keep working at it.
Yeah. So, at this time where we are, what market is it? Is it a buyers or sellers? Yeah.
It's a buyer's market.
Why?
So what that means basically is there are more sellers than buyers. So the buyer is in control. It's a buyer's market because the buyer's in control.
Right.
There is more stock available than there are buyers. So what happens is because there's so much stock available, there are few buyers because the interest rates are so high.
Correct.
And few people are qualifying. I was just explaining to you now. Back when interest rates were 6%, if you wanted to buy a $1 million house, you and your partner needed to be earning about 26,000 rand.
Yes.
Now to buy a $1 million house, you need to be earning about 37.
Yeah.
So it's a massive difference.
a massive
and also
jump.
a lot of people have had their credit credit damaged over the period where the interest rates went up and over COVID and stuff like that.
Yes.
So there's not a lot of buyers. So by a buyer's market, we mean you as a buyer can walk into the market and say, there's a massive supply for you, a whole lot of houses that you can choose from. If you don't want this one, you don't want it. If you don't want this one, you don't take it. I'm interested in that one, but I'm willing to put in a lower offer. If the seller doesn't take it, stuff you, I can find another one somewhere else. So that's what it is when we're in the buyer's market. It means the buyer is in control.
The buyer is in control at the moment, but I have to have something, right, as a buyer, to put forward, because
100%.
There's so many sellers, right?
100%. Because there are so few buyers that, it's a supply and demand.
It's supply and
because
demand.
there is so much stock available and fewer buyers, the buyer is the one who's got more purchasing power, if I can call it that. Excuse the pun.
All right, we've got a voice note coming through. Talk to us. Hi.
DC crew.
Hi.
What do you do?
What do you do? I love
growth
that.
is such a beautiful thing. I remember I used to see Sebolelo on TV, and I used to think, what a pretty lady with such a beautiful smile. And to hear how she's grown is so inspirational and beautiful. And a reminder, a setback doesn't mean you're down and out. It's just the universe, rebooting you for like a serious level of bossing. So kudos to you, and may we take more inspiration. And Magwande sis, ube buhlangene.
Uskala Sebolelo, why are you crying?
I'm spacing lemkhathi.
Oh, that is so sweet. Oh, this is so sweet. I'm so glad I came today. This is so good for my ego, guys. That is so kind. Thank you, Sissy. Whoever sent that, I appreciate.
But would you be keen to do something like either a TV show or a radio show where either you're a contributor for property or something like that? Even on TV, there's always a gap for these kind of things. Also, we feel like we need more people that look like us to explain these things for us, because you always feel like the other races sometimes they want to dribble us because they think we maybe are inferior in many ways.
I think that's probably the only way that you would see me back. You would see me back somehow in media is if I'm discussing property. I think something like that I would do. Something like that I think I would do.
Okay, so the doors are not completely closed.
Not completely closed. Never say never, I guess.
Sebolelo, we thank you so much for coming through and just catching up. It's been a while since I've seen you. We've been sort of dabbling here and there, when we were busy with the television and this and that, meeting within the corridors. But
and
so
these
happy
guys
to see you
don't
again.
even know we went to primary school together.
Yes, actually.
Okay. Primary school. I know when he was tiny.
Way back. Sebolelo, we wish you all the best within property. And dear lady, I would love to see a program of some sort where you're just speaking property. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? Yeah,
I'd love that.
We're putting it into the universe.
Yeah, and it's Babonile Abo what silver ring. I won't say the actual. Now we want a Sebolelo big property house.
Did you just hear me say I'd love that? I can't believe I just said that. You guys are messing with my mojo. I walked in just saying I'd never do it again. Now I'm like, I'd love that.
Oh, that's
Thanks,
it.
guys.
Guys, it's a wrap. Thank you so much, Sebolelo. All the best moving forward. That's our show, folks. We thank you so much for lending us an ear. We're back again tomorrow, Friday edition, wrapping it up for you on the Drive Connection.
Yeah, and we'll give Sebolelo one last opportunity so that you can follow her on the socials and just get those property tips.
Yes, it's Sebolelo _ the estate agent.
Done.
Sebolelo _ the estate agent.
Uyababa upelepele ubelesele uhlaza njengeselesele ake sesiyaphuma kusesayivala pelepele ake ulilizele.
That's us.